You know how stressful it is when guidance systems go down. You lose field time. You lose yield potential. You lose patience. Help is here. Raven Cruiser 2 RTK with Slingshot. Precision simplified. Learn more at ravensimple.com.
Our weed of the week is common knotweed. What do you know about knotweed?
Well, this is one tough weed, Brian. When you look at common knotweed, where we usually see it around our farm is on driveways. So when you're driving along a path along the side of a field, it seems like knotweed is the one weed that can kind of stand up to traffic and compaction and everything else. It's just a tough weed. You even see it come up through the cracks on concrete driveways. So knotweed is a difficult weed.
Well, it's not that difficult though. We can control it, but what it's going to take is a high rate of 2,4-D. So if you're spraying around your farmyard or out in trees or something like that, now is a good time of the year, depending on where you live in the country. Yes, you might have snow where you live, but in some southern areas of the country, now is probably a good time to hit it because a lot of the flowers aren't blooming anymore. A lot of the trees have dropped leaves. That's when you want to go out and spray in those shelter belts.
But Brian, it's that kind of thinking that got you in lots of trouble. Remember when you sprayed around our barn?
Yeah, so here's our dad, you know, and he's talked to us about weed control our entire lives, but he wants to save the knotweed around this barn because it's preventing erosion. And I'm all for preventing erosion, don't get me wrong. But we need to put grass in there, not knotweed.
And Dad wouldn't spring for sod. So our thought of, we can throw some seed out there. He's like, no, I can't wait for that to grow.
So anyway, he was complaining one year when I really doused it with the highest labeled rate of 2,4-D and I killed stuff. And now all of a sudden there was a little bit of erosion occurring because he never seeded grass down. That's not my fault, Darren.
Well, we got that fixed. But anyway, if you have common knotweed around, fall is a great time to get it. Early spring is a good time to get it. Obviously, you can control it in the middle of the season, but you may end up with some off-target drift with 2,4-D. So you just want to avoid that if at all possible.
Well, once again, our weed of the week is common knotweed. It's not that difficult to control, but make sure you're using the highest labeled rate of 2,4-D where that product can be used. That's it for our weed of the week, but stay tuned. Iron Talk is coming up next.